Have you ever wondered if when you take your blood pressure pills matters just as much as what you take? Most seniors take their meds in the morning. It's simple, it's routine, it feels right. But what if I told you the time of day could actually change how well your medication works, or even protect you from a heart attack or a stroke? It sounds hard to believe, doesn't it? Yet studies show your body runs on a 24-hour rhythm, your circadian clock. It controls how your blood pressure rises and falls throughout the day. Here's something fascinating. For some people, just switching their pills from morning to bedtime worked better than doubling the dose. And one major European study found bedtime dosing could cut heart attack risk by nearly half. So today, let's uncover what science really says about the best time of day to take your blood pressure medication, backed by research from Harvard, Mayo Clinic, and the European Heart Journal. Because managing your blood pressure isn't just about numbers. It's about rhythm, balance, and understanding how your body truly works. Now, let's start with a simple question. Why does timing matter at all? Part 2. Why timing matters. So why does timing matter? It all comes down to something called chronobiology, the science of your body's natural rhythm. Every heartbeat, every hormone, and even your blood pressure follows a 24-hour pattern, your circadian clock. For most people, blood pressure rises in the morning. It peaks between 6 a.m. and 10 a.m. Then it slowly drops through the afternoon and should fall even lower at night while you sleep. That's your body's resting phase. It's when your heart and arteries repair themselves. But here's the problem. As we age, that nighttime drop often disappears. Doctors call it non-dipping hypertension. It means your pressure stays high even while you're sleeping. And that constant strain can quietly damage your heart, your kidneys, and even your brain. That's why scientists started asking, what if we could restore that natural dip just by changing when we take our medication? When you take your pill in the morning, it fights the daytime surge. But if your pressure stays high overnight, the medication may wear off too soon. Switching the timing, but from morning to bedtime, can help your blood pressure follow a more natural, healthy rhythm again. Harvard researchers explain it simply. Blood pressure is not constant, so your treatment shouldn't be either. For George, 68, this made all the difference. He used to take his medication at breakfast. His numbers stayed stubbornly high. But after moving it to bedtime, his morning readings dropped from 145 over 80 to 130 over 75, without changing the dose. That's the power of rhythm. Not a stronger pill, just smarter timing. Now that we understand why timing matters, let's see what happens when you take your pill in the morning and why it might not always be the best choice. Part 3. Morning medication. Pros and cons. Most seniors take their pills right after breakfast. It's easy to remember. It feels like the healthy routine. But is that really the best idea? Let's take a closer look. Your blood pressure naturally spikes in the morning. Between 6 and 10 a.m. your body releases stress hormones, cortisol and adrenaline, to help you wake up. That's when your heart starts pumping faster and your arteries tighten slightly. For many older adults, this is also the time when heart attacks and strokes are most likely to happen. Taking your medication in the morning can help smooth out that early morning surge. It keeps your blood pressure steady when your body is under its first wave of stress. That's a good thing. It's convenient, simple, and often aligns with your daily rhythm. But here's the catch. If your medication is short-acting, it may wear off before night. That means your blood pressure might creep back up while you're asleep, a silent risk that most people never notice. For some seniors, morning dosing can even cause mild dizziness or fatigue, especially right after taking the pill. Linda, 72, noticed this herself. She always took her meds after breakfast, but she felt lightheaded around mid-morning. Her doctor checked her nighttime readings. They were already low. So he switched her medication to evening. Within a week, her dizziness was gone and her blood pressure stayed balanced all day. So, is morning dosing bad? Not at all. It works well for people whose pressure dips properly at night or for those taking diuretics, the water pills. Morning routines are safe as long as your blood pressure still rests at night. Because in the end, the goal isn't just taking your pill, it's making sure your body gets the right protection at the right time of day. Now, what about taking your pill before bed? That's where things get really interesting. Part 4, bedtime medication, the nighttime advantage. Now let's talk about bedtime. Can something as simple as when you take your pill before sleep make that much difference? The answer, surprisingly, is yes. When you sleep, your body is meant to rest, recover, and repair. Your heart rate slows. Your blood pressure should naturally dip. That dip is not just a number. It's your body's way of protecting your arteries from constant pressure. But for many seniors, that nighttime drop never happens. Their blood pressure stays high, hour after hour, even during sleep. Doctors call this non-dipping hypertension. It silently increases your risk of heart attack, stroke, and kidney damage. So what happens if you take your medication at night instead? Studies show powerful results. The Hygia chronotherapy trial, published in 2019 in the European Heart Journal, followed more than 19,000 people over 6 years. The results were shocking. Those who took their blood pressure medication at bedtime had 44% lower risk of heart attacks, 49% lower risk of stroke, and 45% lower risk of dying from heart disease. No new drugs, no higher doses, just better timing. Mary, 66, learned this from her cardiologist. She'd been taking her pill every morning for years. Her numbers looked fine during the day, but her nighttime pressure stayed high. Her doctor told her, let's move it to bedtime. A few weeks later, her morning readings dropped from 150 over 90 to a calm 130 over 75. She even said she slept better and woke up with more energy. Taking her medication before bed gave her body the rest it needed and the protection her heart deserved. So while morning dosing is convenient, for many seniors, bedtime can be the smarter, more protective choice. Now that we've seen the benefits of bedtime dosing, let's find out why not all medications work the same way and how to know which type fits you best. Part 5, not all medications are equal. So, should every blood pressure pill be taken at night? Not exactly. Different medications work in different ways, and the best time depends on how each one behaves inside your body. Let's break it down. First, there are ACE inhibitors and ARBs, like lisinopril, losartan, or valsartan. These relax your blood vessels slowly and steadily. Research shows they often work better at night because they help restore that healthy nighttime dip. Second, we have calcium channel blockers, such as amlodipine or diltiazem. They help your arteries stay flexible. Most of these can also be taken at bedtime without any problem. Third, there are beta blockers, like metoprolol or atenolol. They slow your heart rate, but some can interfere with sleep, especially if taken too late in the evening. And finally, the diuretics, also called water pills, like hydrochlorothiazide or furosemide. These help your body get rid of extra salt in water, but if you take them at night, you'll probably be up running to the bathroom all night long. So yes, timing matters, but it's personal. The right time for one person might not be right for another. Frank, 70, learned this the hard way. He started taking his diuretic pill at 8 p.m. His blood pressure improved, but he was waking up 3 times a night. He told his doctor, who simply said, let's move it to the morning. Within days, he slept through the night, and his numbers stayed just as good. That's the key. It's not about morning or night. It's about matching the pill to your body's rhythm and your lifestyle. Harvard Health sums it up best. There's no universal best time. There's only the best time for you. Now that we know not all medications are the same, let's figure out how to find your ideal schedule, the one that fits your routine, your sleep, and your heart. Part 6, how to find the best schedule for you. So, how do you know your best time to take blood pressure medication? Morning or night? There's no one-size-fits-all answer, but here's the good news. You can find it yourself with a little awareness and help from your doctor. Let's start simple. For 1 week, measure your blood pressure twice a day, once in the morning before breakfast, and once at night before bed. Write the numbers down. Notice any patterns. Are your evening readings higher than your mornings? Or does your pressure dip nicely while you sleep? If your blood pressure stays high at night, you might be a non-dipper. That means bedtime dosing could help restore your rhythm. If it drops too low at night, morning dosing might be safer. Your doctor can help interpret these readings. They might adjust the timing or even split the dose. half in the morning, half at night. This approach is called personalized chronotherapy, medicine that fits your body's unique clock. Your sleep pattern matters too. Are you an early bird or a night owl? If you naturally stay up late, your body's rhythm is different from someone who wakes at dawn. Eleanor, 74, found this out after months of frustration. She took her pill every morning, but her pressure stayed high in the evening. Her doctor realized she was a late sleeper. Her rhythm shifted several hours later than average. They moved her pill to 10 p.m. instead of 7 a.m. Within 2 weeks, her pressure stabilized and her energy returned. You see, the right time isn't just about habit. It's about harmony with your body. Once you find your best schedule, stay consistent. Same time every day. Because regularity turns medication into healing. Now that you know how to find your rhythm, let's make sure you're also taking your medication the right way. Because timing means nothing if the method is wrong. Part 7. How to take medication the right way. Even the best timing won't help if you take your medication the wrong way. Let's make sure you're doing it right. First, take it with water. A full glass, not a sip. Water helps your body absorb the medicine evenly and protects your stomach. Avoid grapefruit juice. It may interfere with how certain medications are processed in your liver. And never mix pills with coffee or alcohol. Second, be consistent. Take it at the same time every single day. Your body loves rhythm. When the timing stays steady, the effect becomes stronger and smoother. Third, never skip a dose. Missing pills can make your blood pressure jump suddenly, and that's when problems start. If you forget, take it as soon as you remember, unless it's too close to your next dose. Fourth, don't stop without your doctor's advice. Even if your numbers look perfect, keep going until your doctor adjusts your plan. Stopping suddenly can cause dangerous spikes. Here's a simple trick. Tie your medication to something you already do every day. Brush your teeth, turn off the lights, say your evening prayer. Robert, 69, started doing this. He kept forgetting his pill at night, so his wife placed the bottle next to his toothbrush. Now, as he brushes his teeth, he takes his pill automatically. He hasn't missed a single dose in months. Little habits make big protection because medication only works when it's taken the right way, with care, with consistency, and with mindfulness. So now that you're taking your medication properly, let's see what the research really says about morning versus bedtime dosing and how science explains the difference. Part 8, what the research really says. So what does the research really say about the best time to take your blood pressure medication? Let's look at what science has found, shall? Because this debate has been going on for years. Back in 2010, the MAPEC study from Spain followed more than 2,000 people for over 5 years. It showed that those who took at least one of their blood pressure pills at bedtime had a better drop in nighttime blood pressure and fewer heart attacks and strokes. Then in 2009 came the Hygia chronotherapy trial, the largest study ever done on medication timing. Over 19,000 participants were tracked for 6 years. The results were astonishing. Taking medication at bedtime reduced the risk of heart attacks by 44%, strokes by 49%, and cardiovascular death by 45%. That's not small, that's life-changing. But science kept asking questions. In 2020, the Mayo Clinic reviewed dozens of studies and found that the best time actually depends on the type of drug and each person's blood sugar pattern. And in 2022, Harvard Health agreed, saying, there's no single right time. The best time is the one that keeps your pressure stable and that you can stick to every day. So while bedtime dosing shows strong benefits, it's not a rule for everyone. It's a guide, a direction for you and your doctor to personalize your plan. Because the smartest approach is not just following research, but understanding how that research applies to your life and your rhythm. Now that we've looked at the science, let's move to what doctors actually recommend. The final verdict. Our verdict based on evidence and real-life experience. Part 9. The final verdict. What experts recommend. So after all the studies, what's the final answer? Doctors agree on this. The best time to take your blood pressure medication is the time that keeps your pressure stable and fits your daily life. For many people, taking it at bedtime works best, especially for ACE inhibitors, ARBs, and calcium channel blockers. For others, especially those on diuretics or who get dizzy at night, morning may be safer. But the most important rule? Consistency. Take it at the same time every day. As one Harvard cardiologist said, it's not the clock that saves your heart, it's the consistency. So find your rhythm, stick to it, and talk to your doctor before making any changes. Now I want to hear from you. When do you take your blood pressure medication, morning or night? Share your answer in the comments. Your experience might help someone else stay healthy. Part 10, the lifestyle factor. Don't rely on pills alone. Medication is powerful, but it's not magic. No pill can replace a healthy life. Your daily choices matter just as much as the medicine you take. Think of your pill as a partner, not a savior. You help it work better by taking care of your body and mind. Walk every day and even 20 minutes. Movement helps your blood vessels stay flexible. Eat foods rich in potassium. Bananas, avocados, spinach. They balance the sodium in your body naturally. Sleep deeply, because while you rest, your heart heals. And most of all, just manage your stress. Anger, fear, or constant worry can raise your pressure faster than salt ever will. Try simple breathing. Inhale slowly. Exhale even slower. Your heart will thank you. A Harvard study found that people who combine lifestyle changes with the right medication timing had double the improvement in blood pressure control compared to medication alone. So yes, timing matters, but so do peace, movement, and mindfulness. Healthy blood pressure isn't just a number on a monitor. It's the rhythm of how you live each day. And when you live with that rhythm, your heart doesn't just beat, it thrives. Now let's wrap up with one simple reminder, a message that brings everything we've learned back to the heart. Let's take a moment to recap what we've learned today. We discovered that when you take your blood pressure medication can be just as important as what you take. We talked about why timing matters, your body's natural rhythm, the pros and cons of morning versus bedtime dosing, which medications work better at night and which don't, how to find your own best schedule, and why a healthy lifestyle still matters most. The truth is simple. There's no universal rule, only personal rhythm. Your heart has its own beat, its own pace, its own wisdom. When you honor that rhythm, you don't just lower your numbers, you give your heart peace. So take your medication wisely. Move your body daily, rest deeply, and stay consistent. Because real health is not built in a day, but in the quiet, steady habits that you repeat every single day. If this video helped you understand your health a little better, please hit like, subscribe, and share it with someone you care about. And tell us below, do you take your medication in the morning or at night? Your story might be the reason someone else gets their blood pressure under control. Remember, aging isn't the end of vitality, it's the beginning of wisdom. Stay strong, stay consistent, and stay healthy after 60.